Hi there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Tonight, members of parliament have mounted pressure on the Black Stars to reverse recent run of poor form ahead of the World Cup qualifiers against Chad and Madagascar. According to the members of parliament, the team must restore the team's national pride by qualifying for the World Cup after failing to make it for the 2025 African Cup of Nations tournament. Following a run of poor form and the team's failure to qualify for the 2025 African Cup of Nations tournament, pressure has been mounting on the team, not just from fans, but now from Ghana's lawmakers. Ahead of their crucial 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Chad and Madagascar, members of parliament have expressed frustration over the team's recent performances, urging them to step up and restore national pride. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, MP for Tamale Central and Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, did not hold back in his assessment of the team's poor form.
We need nothing but a win. Indeed, Mr. Speaker, it's disappointing that the Black Stars couldn't qualify for the 2025 AFCON. And the Black Stars, Mr. Speaker, have failed to win in their last 6 matches. That is not the Black Stars of Ghana. But there is something fundamentally wrong, and Minister, interference with the association football, there will be limitations. But you have to be firm. You have to be very, very firm in your dealings with it.
His sentiments were echoed by Patrick Boama, MP for Okaikwe Central, who described the team's performances as painful for Ghanaians.
It's not reasonable. It doesn't sit well with us for a team like Comoros to be beating us back to back. I don't understand. Honorable Haruna Idrisu's steadfast team in Tamale can beat Comoros. Why not our national team? So they need to be serious with the kind of players. And look at this game time they have in Europe. Bournemouth, Semenyo, Sulemana in Southampton, Partey is a regular at Arsenal, and Jordan Ayew at Leicester, Kudus at West Ham. They are all top-class players, but when they come here, we don't see the commitment from them. And that is what hurts a lot of Ghanaians. So when you go to the dressing room and to give them some pep talk, talk to them. That if we invested so much in them, and since 1992, we haven't won any medal, apart from the bronze we got from Barcelona. So we wish them well, but we'll criticize them when they poorly perform.
The calls for improvement come at a time when confidence in the national team is at an all-time low, following a disappointing 2025 AFCON qualifying campaign. Many are questioning whether the Black Stars can still compete at the highest level. With just days to go before the crucial matches, the players and coaching staff are under immense pressure to turn things around. But the sports minister, Kofi Adams, says he has been assured by the team of a better result beginning with Friday against Chad.
Mr. Speaker, the Black Stars technical team has assured my ministry that all necessary preparations have been made and that the players are in high spirit, ready to give their all for the nation. This commitment is evident in the call-up squad released by the head coach. Beyond the tactics and selection, the technical team is tasked with instilling a winning mentality in our players. We must restore pride in the Black Stars jersey and ensure that our national team once again becomes a force to be reckoned with in African and global football.
Also, captain of the side, Jordan Ayew, while urging the public to turn up to the stadium on Friday, assured the country of the team's commitment to produce a better result against Chad and Madagascar.
Me and my teammates, I'm sure you guys that we're ready for the battle, and we'll give our all. We know the first task is on Friday, and we'll make sure that we get the 3 points. We know we're in a difficult situation, but we'll make sure that we turn it around. And when I see you guys coming, I know that definitely Friday is going to be a positive result. So I want to thank you guys on behalf of my teammates. Thank everyone. And hopefully Friday we'll all be happy at the end of the game. Thank you.
As the team intensifies preparations, Ghanaians will be hoping for a response on the pitch. The message from Parliament is clear. The time for excuses is over. Now, the Black Stars must deliver. Well, let's turn attention to some games that happened today in the AFCON qualifier, and Madagascar, who are in Ghana's group, trashed Central African Republic by 4-1. And you can see here, and that took them to the top of the table, which we will be looking at in a bit. But Eswatini were also engaged against Cameroon. That game ended goalless. And you had Liberia losing to Tunisia. And of course, that game between Central African Republic and Madagascar ended in 4-1 in favor of Madagascar. But look at how the table is looking like at the moment. And that's the more reason why the Black Stars need to win on Friday against Chad and then go to Morocco to do the job against Madagascar. Because at the moment, Madagascar have moved top of the group, 10 points after 5 games. And you see Comoros in second place with 9 points, and Ghana also with 9 points. Mali is not improving much. They've got a game, of course, against Comoros, hopefully on Friday. Then they've got 5 points. Central African Republic still languishing there with 4 points, and Chad still with no points so far in the group. So Ghana having a game against Chad on Friday. They need to win that. Then against Madagascar on Tuesday. In Morocco, they need to win that, and that potentially could take the Black Stars to 15 points at the end of the, at the end of this round of games. And remember that only one team will advance from this group to make it to the World Cup in USA, Mexico, and Canada. Now let's turn attention to the Ghana Premier League now, because Bibiani Gold Stars, they return to the summit of the Premier League standings after recording a hard-fought victory away to Basake Holy Stars at the Ampian Sports Arena. Kumasi Asante Kotoko also dropped points, while Hearts of Oak lost to Bechem United in their encounter. So this what happened, and so this were match day 20 games, outstanding games that were played today, and you can see Young Apostles and Kotoko, that game ended goalless, and you had Samatex and Midiama. Samatex winning by 2-1, and Bechem United also defeating Accra Hearts of Oak, and Accra Hearts of Oak, this is their second successive loss after losing to Dreams FC over the weekend at the University of Ghana Stadium. Then you've got Baseke Holy Stars also losing to Gold Stars, who have now moved to the top of the table, bouncing back after losing to Ediana over the weekend. Heart of Lions also at home lost to Dreams FC. Dreams FC are on a pretty good run. They defeated Heart of Oak on Sunday, and they've gone to Pando to defeat Heart of Lions. Really impressive. Nations FC also lost to Ediana. Ediana, another team that are on a good run, defeating Gold Stars at home on Sunday and traveling to Kumasi to defeat Nations FC today. So really looking good for them. Ediana Stars currently 11th and about 8 points above the relegation zone. But Gold Stars, they are the ones who've moved to the top of the table. Kotoko is second, and the other teams are following theirs. But the founder of Right to Dream Academy, Tom Vernon, is very worried about the difficulty associated with identifying and developing talent in the country. According to him, the lack of a national plan has complicated the quest to attract and sustain investment in sports. He spoke at the Joy Sports Thought Leadership event.
I think that the starting point is to develop a national talent identification strategy, but also a global talent identification strategy. You know, we lose a lot of our sons and daughters of Ghana to other countries' national teams. So we need to start with the identification of our youth. But beyond that, I believe that we can be much more proactive in recruiting the most talented Ghanaians in the diaspora. Secondly is to establish a public-private partnership talent development free zone, or as in America, you might call it an opportunity zone. These are tax incentivized regions of the country. We know this very well in the agri sector with our free zones within Ghana, but I think there's the potential for a talent free zone or a talent opportunity zone that can actually make investment into Ghana talent much more compelling from a tax incentives perspective. And then thirdly, to establish a public-private partnership for a national sports and entertainment hub. The minister mentioned some of the most exciting countries, but another that has really excelled in entertainment in sports in Africa in the last few years is Rwanda, where we've seen so many of the best sports events on the continent going to a country which has no reputation until very recently within sports. So I think a hub for sports entertainment is also very possible. So if we talk about talent ID and development, how would I approach that? Through the formation of the Talent Identification and Development Corporation that would remain firmly in control of the government of Ghana, you would define the national framework, as the minister mentioned, through which all talent identification and development partnerships would be operated. And this, I think, is a crucial point, because when people talk about attracting investment into Ghana sports, if we take football specifically, we haven't struggled to attract investment, we've struggled to retain it. Ajax, Feyenoord and Red Bull combined probably invested 100 million euros into their academies in Ghana, and they've all left. And one of the reasons that they've left is because there was no coherent national framework for them to plug into. So they came and did their own thing with very little advice, with very little guidance and support, and as a result, we've lost them, and they could have been significant contributors to the national agenda. My starting point would be through artificial intelligence solutions, which I believe should be embraced very quickly within talent identification, is to assess the individual talents of each of Ghana's 800,000 12-year-olds today. You know, we have a role model in China, I think, here, that when they got the Olympics in 2008, started a national talent identification many years before to assess the individual talent of every child in China. And I think it's quite feasible for us to do the same. And then I would propose that the best 800 across a multi-sports solution come into a Ghana talent-free zone, a Ghana talent opportunity zone that has multiple incentive structures for local and foreign partners to invest into this free zone, to develop the 800 best each year that we've identified through a national talent identification model.
Well, let's turn attention to some school sports now, because on Saturday, some 16 schools converged at the Boteman Sports Complex for the 2025 edition of the Ghana International School Sports and Creative Arts Festival. The event, which featured disciplines like basketball, athletics, football, and some dance competitions, had schools like Association International and Delhi Private School participating. The event offered students an opportunity to showcase their talent and enjoy a much-needed leisure from the classroom. There's more in this report.
The Ghana International School Sports and Creative Arts Festival took place on Saturday at the Boteman Sports Complex. 16 schools competed in various events, including football, athletics, dance, and basketball. In the basketball competition, Association International School emerged victorious after defeating St. Peter's International School 33-27. Team captain Martin Ayisi expressed his satisfaction with the win.
It means a lot for us because our school personally, like sports, I won't say we've been struggling, but like we're now like on our way up, and for us to win, like this is probably one of our first major tournaments, and for us to win, it really means a lot for us because we've been putting a lot of work, like training about 3 times a week, and we've just been putting in the work, so it means a lot. It means a lot to us.
Association International School also dominated in athletics, clinching victories in the 4x100 meters relay, 200 meters and 100 meters races in both the boys and girls categories. The event concluded with an intense football final where Delhi Private School triumphed over Lincoln School on penalties, while the boys division ended with both teams sharing the final position. Captain Leila Ali Sambo was overjoyed with the team's achievement.
Very proud of my teammates because we didn't really train a lot. They just brought positivity and good spirits onto the pitch and made it work, and here we are, the winners.
Now, Team USA defeated a mixed team of Ghana and Jordan to emerge champions of the 4th edition of the Rainbow Tennis Tournament held at the Accra Lawn Tennis. The event, which is organized by the Ghana South African Business Chamber, had 23 countries and over 50 individuals participating. We've got more for you in this report. 4 days of intense and exciting matchups at the Accra Lawn Tennis Club. Team USA, represented by Patrick Norte and Ismail Asmao, emerged victorious in the 4th edition of the Rainbow Nations Tennis Tournament. They successfully defended their title, securing their 2nd consecutive championship after defeating a mixed team from Ghana and Jordan in the final. Their triumph came in a highly competitive field that featured 23 countries and over 50 participants, all showcasing impressive skill and sportsmanship.
It's a great feeling. I mean, this is the 2nd time we've won this tournament 2 in a row, and it took a lot of effort on both our parts. We had to play in total 9 matches, so that's quite a few matches to play over 3 days. And unfortunately, we got rained out on Thursday, and we had to play today. Otherwise, we don't know if the result would have been any different, but we had a lot of fun. It's a great tournament. It's a great way to network. It's a great way to have fun and do business.
The tournament, organized by the Ghana-South Africa Business Chamber under the patronage of Clote-Cole MP Senator Agyemang Rawlings, aims to strengthen international business relationships while using sport as a tool for diplomacy.
For me, it's been an amazing experience. It showed me that, what men can do, women can do better. I mean, it showed me that you can do anything you put your mind to. I would use this as motivation to work harder, work on my mistakes. I had a great partner as well, which also shows that if you have a good support system, you can achieve anything in anything you put your mind to it. So I would use that to motivate other women at my workplace to come and join and participate in these events.
Beyond fostering friendly competition, the event served as a platform for networking and cultural exchange among participating nations. Proceeds from this year's tournament have been earmarked for donation to the Senator Agyemang Rawlings Foundation to support the development projects within the Clote-Cole constituency. The grand finale, held on Monday, March 17, attracted a distinguished audience, including top diplomats and business leaders. Among them were the U.S. ambassador to Ghana and the president of the Ghana-South Africa Business Chamber, both of whom commended the initiative for its role in strengthening ties between nations. Well, wishing the very best, and thank you for watching, because that's all we have for you on Prime Sports tonight. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely evening.